My name is Ruta. I am a female coach, emotional well-being practitioner, trauma integration specialist, and holistic womb healing enthusiast. And today I wanted to talk to you about 5 signs of suppressed femininity. All of us who are women, we were born with certain qualities. We were born with certain embodiment that has certain things that are typical for us. And because of the way that society is set up, also because of the traumas we have experienced, probably some of the patterns that we may have copied from our mothers or from other women in our society, lots of us are actually out of touch from our healthy feminine state. So I wanted to share with you 5 signs that indicate that your feminine energy is suppressed. Symptom number 1, you are closed off, almost like a wall around you, and you probably have also vision closed, where you have this feeling that I'm not gonna accept anything from around me. I'm not gonna consider anything apart what's in here. I'm only gonna mind my business. I'm not gonna have this kind of like an openness to have, to receive the incoming energy towards me. So kind of closeness, no contact, no interaction, no to the energy, no to the ideas, no to new thoughts, no to solutions, no to people, no to things, no to even kind of like a different type of energies that you might not have within you. So this kind of like a closed offness is a sign that you have your feminine energy suppressed. And usually what that does, it's kind of like you don't allow anything incoming. So sometimes you don't even know, maybe something might be good for you, but because you are in a state of closed offness, you don't allow the change, the help, the assistance, new ideas, opportunities to come in. So if you feel like you're closed off, it's probably a sign that you have your feminine energy out of balance. Symptom number 2, you don't feel creative. Yes, there is a whole range of creative people and there is a whole range of creativity, but when I speak about creativity and when I speak about creativity being expressed in a feminine embodiment, I talk about the creativity that comes in very different forms. So for example, you make a recipe, you arrange the flowers, you get inventive of how to put your kids' Christmas mask together, you get inventive in how to arrange the pictures. Have this incoming mind, incoming feel of creation, of not just painting the pictures. Maybe you are painting the pictures, maybe you are into arts, maybe you are into music, maybe you are into dancing. But if you don't do any of these traditional art forms, and you also don't have your creativity coming out in a practical way, it's probably another sign that you have your feminine energy suppressed. Because creativity is natural for us. We have a capacity to create. It can come in a different form, it can come in a different way. You are creative with how you do your hair. You're creative in how you arrange your time in a flexible manner. But if you feel like you kind of like out of creative juices, and if you feel like that all the time, it could be that your feminine energy is suppressed. So you have it, it's just being temporarily suppressed. Symptom number 3 is you feel like you cut off from knowing. So do you have to know everything? No. Do you have to have answers to everything? No. But when we are attuned to our feminine essence, we have this almost like a body wisdom and sense of insight So some call it intuition, some call it women wisdom, but we just have this kind of like a feeling. For example, if we don't know exactly which direction to go, we have this kind of like a, almost like a, I would say, physical, body, emotional type of feel. For whatever the reason, this feels like a right solution for me. Or for whatever the reason, I know that I need to wait. Or for whatever the reason, I know this is not the right thing for me to do. When you feel like you're very easily influenced, or you feel very confused and very unaware of like what is that thing that is going on, kind of like you feel you cut off from knowing, it could be a sign that you have suppressed your feminine powers, your feminine capacities. Symptom number 4, you are feeling lonely. So if you're feeling lonely, this is one of the clearest emotional symptoms that you have cut yourself off from your femininity, but from one aspect of your femininity for sure. One of the most essential things for women is to connect, to gather, to relate, to be in groups, to share. So if you feel lonely, it means you somehow subconsciously, that often comes from the trauma, it doesn't come intentionally, it's not to blame that you've done something wrong, but it means something has gone in that direction of suppression or cutting yourself off connectedness. Because we are kind of like a network. Women network, women gather, women collaborate, women work together, women share, women talk. Even if you are doing that, but if you're feeling lonely, it's 100% sure that you have cut off yourself from certain aspect of yourself. And specifically in this case, it would be from the aspect of your femininity, because this connectedness and the sharing is one of the essential qualities of the feminine expression. And also don't worry, if you have that, I have a solution for you. You can connect with me. I will put a link to the program that I've been preparing for over a year now. It's amazing. It's called the Radian Womb Woman. So if you feel drawn to that sort of work and you want to do integration and you want to reconnect, you can do that. We all have capacity to do that. So it's not something that cannot be fixed. It's something that can absolutely be reintegrated back into you and into your reality. And the 5th symptom is you feel like you have to do everything by yourself. You feel like you're responsible for everything. No other option. You have to do everything by yourself. Yes, sometimes it is life circumstances that put you in a position for that. For many of us, that has happened once or twice. For some of us, that happened for a longer period of time. But if you have this continuous feeling that you have to do everything by yourself, it means that you have cut yourself off from receptivity. Because when the channels of receptivity are open, you receive help. You can ask for help. You are okay to accept help. You are okay to say, I cannot do this on my own. I need someone, or I need something, or I need help. And you receive it. So I know that in some cases, if you have this internal argument with yourself, yeah, but I say that, but I still have to do everything by yourself. That means you say that, but energetically, you are still not being receptive. Also, the reasons for that could be like a multiple. Most likely you have some traumatic experience where receiving something is not safe, or receiving something, it means you owe something and you don't want to be in that trap. But that's not the only way to be able to receive things, to receive help, to receive doing from other people, to share your tasks. So if you feel stuck, that's actually a very difficult position, I believe, for many women. Like everything that you have to do by yourself, on your own. But it is a symptom of being cut off, of being in a position of suppressed femininity. It's a symptom of not allowing the aspect of the feminine expression where you are in a state of receptivity to be expressed. So if this is something that you have, if you have any of those symptoms or any of those problems, what I shared with you is basically pinpoints for the main symptoms, or let's say the clear symptoms that you can say, you know what, I'm actually not completely opening up and expressing my feminine essence. That's not to say that, you know, like there is a complete perfect state where you're like, oh my god, I'm in the femininity and, you know, I'm just so amazing and I have no problems. No, but if you have those problems in a persisting basis, if you have those symptoms, if you have more than, let's say, 2, that it's a big sign that you have a large part of what would be healthy feminine energy suppressed. And if this is something that you want to shift, I invite you to sign up for my program called Radian Womb Woman. I will be releasing it end of January next year. I'll put the link below to get on the wait list. It will be e-program with live interaction as well, and we'll be going through different aspects of reconnecting with our unique femininity. In any way, in any case, if you want to experience shift in that, and if you want to change something about these symptoms, you can look up, like even those things that I have mentioned, you can look up, okay, how to become more open, how to unlock my creativity, how to reconnect with my wisdom, how to form strong connection, how to deepen intimacy. Intimacy not only about, you know, intimate life with, in a romantic sense, but also friendships, like intimacy in a friendships, because that is something that deepens that sense of connectedness, and then loneliness disappears. And also you can look up how to become more receptive. So all of these things, they are solutions, you know, that you can find yourself. This is just to kind of give you indication that if you're feeling these things, it doesn't mean that, you know, like you're doing something wrong or your life has gone wrong. It just means that your feminine energy might be out of balance. That doesn't say something's wrong with you as a woman. It's just to say that you have resources that you have currently blocked from yourself, and if you open those resources, you actually can use those energies, and that would automatically get rid of these problems. So I hope this was interesting and helpful to you. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you have any of those problems in your life, and I will see you next time. My name is Ruta. I'm a female coach, emotional well-being practitioner, trauma integration specialist, and holistic womb healing enthusiast. Bye bye.